Autobots, roll out. What's poppin', yo? Welcome back to another YouTube video, and today we're taking a look at another film review, and today we're taking a look at Tau, a movie which I thought I already reviewed, but apparently I did not. So here it is. It is a little bit late, and it has been a little bit of a while since I watched this movie. It was like 2 weeks ago, and it was one that I just forgot to record. So yeah, the review is a little off. It's because it's been a couple of weeks since me watching this movie, and it wasn't good enough to watch again, so I'm just going to go off from memory, but I promise you that I have watched this movie. So, without any further delay, let's head over to Netflix and Google to see what they have to say about this movie. So, Tau is a horror, sci-fi, drama, psychological action movie? I know that's a lot of genres, but there is a lot of shit that goes on in this movie which would give it that other genre feel. And it does have a 1 hour and 37 minute runtime. It came out in 2018, and you can only watch it on Netflix. A woman trapped inside a sadistic genius smart house must somehow get past the advanced artificial intelligence guarding her. And to do that, literally, she's on the street, she's just having a good old time, she goes to a party, she gets kidnapped, thrown into a cell, gets tested on. She then breaks out with the other two people. The other two people get absolutely fucking murked by Tau, get ripped limb from fucking limb, so invincible level shit. And yeah, they continue their walk through the house until they reach a dead end, and then they're tied up multiple times and told to complete fucking little fucking mini games to please him, to help him with his research, because he's researching into the brain and how it works to make the perfect artificial intelligence. So she basically tells Tau about the outside world, and Tau becomes friends with her, and they actually grow to like each other, and Tau helps her escape. And she then comes back to save Tau from being deleted, but Tau gets deleted, and then she's about to be murdered, but then Tau, in his little orb, his little ball form, comes and saves her. She blows up the house and manages to escape with Tau, and that's how the movie ends. And I'm gonna be honest, Tau is such a fucking sweetheart. Tau doesn't know what's wrong from right. He's like a little baby. He's just learning. He doesn't really know what's happening, and he can feel pain and shit, which technically means he's alive. So what the fuck? You're technically hurting something that's living, and it was really emotional. It made you really emotional for a robot, which is something I really didn't expect it to do. Fair enough, you can get emotional for robots and animatronics and inanimate objects in video games and movies. You can feel annoyance towards Claptrap in Borderlands, and you can feel sorry for Dog Day in Poppy Playtime, and you can absolutely fucking despise Monty Gator in Five Nights at Freddy's, but that's because they have their realistic personalities. They are real humans. They have been, they have been through shit. They have done shit. They have learned shit, and they are real people. So you can connect with them. You can learn about them. You can see what they like and they dislike. And I'm gonna be honest, I think it is really cool, this movie. The action is pretty boring. The set design is also pretty boring. It's a smart house, which means it's all prim and perfect. It's got this black and white sleek design with some abstract shapes in it here and there to sort of spice it up a little bit. But honestly, set design's boring, costume design's boring. The best thing about it is Tau and how he has access to the entire house, and he can just do the most random shit at random times. It is just so fucking cool. I want myself an AI house. The Doctor is sadistic as fuck as well. There is no need to kidnap these people. I'm pretty sure you'd be able to find willing people to come and do this, because all they fucking do is come and fill out a couple of questionnaires, do a couple of quizzes. This does not need to have people being kidnapped to do. Fair enough, you're injecting them with stuff, putting a chip in their back of their brain, but I'm pretty sure you would be able to find someone who's willing to do this. This isn't highly dangerous levels of experimentation. This is pretty basic shit. So I don't really understand why he needs to go around kidnapping people for this type of shit. It is genuinely the most basic crap he could do, and he's making it out to be this like absolute massive achievement. Fair enough, she does break his machine, and that upsets him, so he has to get all the data back from her. But, dog, again, it's you haven't lost. You've lost your machine. You've lost your data. Why don't you have a backup? You're a big scientist. You should have stuff saved in the cloud. You should have stuff saved on USBs. You should have shit saved elsewhere. You shouldn't just have it all on one computer. Because if you have it all on one computer, well then, boom, that's gone. And you're fucked. Like you are in this movie. It is stupid, and it is the most basic shit that, like, the smart people get so wrong. It's like most common sense, like, smart people in movies overlook or get wrong, and that's like their one downfall. And it just feels rather silly and rather stupid how, like, this is their downfall, this is their, like, big fuck up because they forgot to, like, do the littlest of things. And I just wish it was a little better. I just wish it was a little bit more exciting, a little bit more entertaining. Because, yes, it is nice to see the character growth between the, like, robot and the girl. Like, it's nice to see their relationship grow and flower and see him learn about everything and see how her human emotions affect him and how her human emotions come about from his questions or, not understanding of stuff. And it's more of, like, an emotional movie than anything else because, again, when there is action, it goes fucking hard, with the house crumbling down and her having to find her way out, or with her fighting this big fucking robot guy, which actually looks really good. He doesn't show up too often, and that's why I feel like they can afford the CGI to look fucking phenomenal on his character design, because he is an absolute fucking menace. He is a tank, he is a unit, he is a beast, and I enjoyed his character design. I did find it really strange how he was a little ball at the end, and it's like, how do you charge that? How does that ball thing work if it's not connected to the rest of the system? Like, the villain turned it off and disconnected it from the rest of the system. Technically, that means it shouldn't be able to turn back on its own, because it's been disconnected from the system and turned off manually, so I don't really know how it turned back on and gained sentient life from Tao from before the turn-off, but also, from the turn-off, Tao learned a whole lot more. So I don't really understand how he knows everything up until that point, because he shouldn't. He shouldn't know the stuff that he knows, because that little ball of him wasn't awake. So if we're going off because it was turned off and disconnected from the system, it hasn't been affected from his actions of deleting his memory, then when it turns back on, it shouldn't have the memory from after it turned off. It should literally just be continuing from when it turned off, which it doesn't. And fair enough, it's not a huge deal. It only knows, like, a little bit of what happens after it got turned off. But it is still a huge inconsistency, which really did bother me. Again, the smartest people overlook the smallest things. And I just don't... It upset me. Also, the, like, whole kidnapping aspect of it was also stupid and over the top. Like, I am continuing this trend with the smart people overlook the simplest options. Like, again, there is no fucking need to go about kidnapping this girl, or even other people for that matter, because it looked like he's been doing this shit for a long time with, like, the other 3 people that were in there with her, that had all, like, died by Tao, and it's like, you have just killed people in your own home. You have cameras and sensors all around your house, because it's a smart house. The fuck is the police not being called? Why is, like, that is clearly evidence as well. And also, when she breaks out of the house at the end of the movie, we have a little bit of, like, a Portal vibe going on, with her randomly being in a field coming out of the ground. Also very strange, also very Portal vibes. That's what I got from this movie. Overall, it was decent. Again, like I said at the start of the video, not one that I would watch again, but one that I did like. So a solid 6 out of 10 is what I'd give this movie. So, yeah.